I gave you my heart.
Yo, what a storybook season for the Toronto Raptors. If you're a Raptors fan, shout out to the Raptors fans on today. This video is entitled Fred VanVleet, Bet on Yourself. But at the same time, I want to talk a little bit about the story of Toronto and what happened, man. Pretty much, man, Toronto ended up rolling the dice and then ended up trading for Kawhi Leonard. So pretty much they switched the all-star for an all-star. But we know that Kawhi Leonard is a superstar caliber player. And if you don't know that, you know that this year. Because Kawhi single-handedly, by himself, with these group of guys that nobody, you probably would look at like a bunch of misfits together. But he was able to do something that a lot of players have never done. Or if they have done it, I never saw it in my lifetime. Kawhi Leonard was traded over to the Toronto Raptors. And by Kawhi Leonard being traded over to the Raptors, pretty much everybody, a lot of negative press was on Kawhi Leonard for a whole year because a lot of people thought he was just playing around with his injury and he did not want to play. But little did you know, Kawhi was really hurting. And Kawhi played this year, hurting through the playoffs, both knees. But at the same time, they did what they had to do, and now they're the NBA champions. So hats off to the Toronto Raptors for handling their business. But if I had to go with an X factor, who could have been an MVP? I got to go with Fred VanVleet. The guy's story is awesome. He went undrafted. He's from Rockford, Illinois. He ended up going to college at Wichita State. And he was not selected in the NBA draft in 2016. He had to work his way up through the minor leagues. And Toronto finally gave him a shot. And Fred VanVleet made the most of every opportunity. And that goes for anybody out there. If you ever thought about dreaming about doing something and doing it big, Fred VanVleet bet on himself. And you gotta have talent and you gotta be a believer of yourself for you to even think about betting on yourself. And this young man played extremely well in the playoffs. He had a couple games that he had a couple slump games, but for the most part, this dude was knocking down his shot and he held his own against one of the best shooting guards in the league, and that's Steph Curry. He played against Steph Curry pretty well. He defended him well, as best as he could, being an undersized guy. And he held his own. He was able to knock down shots against Curry. He was able to hit big shots. Fred VanVleet was big time in this playoffs, man, for the Toronto Raptors. Having a guy like that come off the bench and be able to do what he did. In his last game, he scored 22 points. But I believe in the series, man, he probably averaged around 15 points or something. I don't know, but this guy was electrifying, man, throughout this whole playoff series, and how he held his own against one of the best point guards in the league, who will be NBA Hall of Famer, and Steph Curry. This dude held his own, man, and I got nothing but respect for Fred VanVleet for doing what he did against Curry. Balling out like he balled out, playing hard like he played, even when he went down, when he had got hit in the face and lost a tooth, and still bounced back from that and was able to still be effective. Shouts out to Fred VanVleet for working hard, putting the work in, putting the time in. Him and Pascal Siakam, definitely, man, we did not see this coming with Toronto this year. I did not think that the Toronto Raptors would be the champions this year. I thought that the Warriors really had a chance to three-peat. But Toronto played excellent defense against the Golden State Warriors, and the better team won. Toronto went through adversity through the whole playoffs. When they should have lost to Philly, when they should have lost to the Milwaukee Bucks, And then, you know, having this classic series against the Warriors and finally able to upend their dynasty. So shouts out to Fred VanVleet for working hard, going undrafted, and proving the naysayers wrong that this dude can ball, this dude can play. And if you have ever been inspired by somebody, definitely Fred VanVleet will inspire you. So guys, make sure you check out Fred VanVleet's story to the NBA. It is awesome. And shouts out to the Toronto Raptors for winning the championship this year. And shouts out to Fred VanVleet. Peace.
I gave you my heart.